Good evening, morning, afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the third episode of the brand new Infinity Wars podcast with me, Nova Blue, DeathStar, GraveCrawler, and a very special guest, the Agent Coyle himself. So, what has everyone been up to this week? Do you want to start with you, DeathStar?
Oh, me. Well, it's been a very interesting past couple of weeks. Started going to streaming full-time. Well, not full-time, but trying to get streaming full-time. Just some issues at home that needed to get straightened out. But, you know, starting this coming week, everything should be good to go. I'll be streaming 4 to 5 days a week, early afternoon Eastern time. Be about 11 o'clock Eastern. But other than that, I really haven't been doing a whole lot. I've been playing ArcAge since I got a Founders Pack. Been playing ArcAge Closed Alpha. Been testing QA. We had a big testing series a few days ago, trying to get the new set nailed down and ironed out so that it'd be ready for reveal in June. So, you know, just really right now I'm kind of focused on getting that done. So that's really kind of the biggest thing that I've been up to. So
Fair enough. What about you, Grave?
What haven't I been up to is more the question.
I know, I've been just as busy, man.
General Infinity Wars stuff is the main thing I've been up to as usual this week. Doing my normal segment every single day of the week, just hyping up Infinity Wars, just generally playing that and having a good time as usual. Biggest thing, obviously, from this last week is obviously Ascension. And I've pretty much thrown my money at the screen. It's just like, here, take it all, just have it. So so far I've got 50 packs. So far I've got a 50 pack, plus I'm getting another at least 25, plus my friend owes me 2 packs. But
who is this friend you keep talking about that owes you
one of my
2?
friends, well, I traded him a load of cards for free, and he's like, I'll pay you back by getting you some pre-orders for Ascension, and I'll just like trade you the cards. So I was like, cool.
You know that there's an old saying that as long as someone owes you money, you'll never be broke.
I like that. I like that a lot. Other than that, just trying to, I suppose, we'll get into this a little bit further later on, but just trying to, with the cards that have been spoiled so far that are on the live servers, just trying to fathom some kind of ways that they fit into the existing cards and the archetypes that exist now. Been doing that a lot on stream and just generally building wacky decks and having fun with Infinity Wars with my streamers, and viewers rather, I should say. So yeah, that's been about it from me.
So what's been going on with you, Elphie, at Lightmare then?
Oh, a lot. I've been, David's been on holidays, so been plugging about 80 hours a week on the business, which has been fun, lots of fun. Been in server for a bit, testing out new boss decks. I've been that's on live server, obviously, as you guys might have been aware. 2015, I've been really excited about that. We were joking before about how you guys are in the short-term future, and I'm in the medium-term future currently. That's what I'm excited about. And there's a couple of IPs we've been talking with, nothing set yet. Ooh. But there's other IPs I'm looking at. That's the big things. And then polish has been my sort of forefront. I've been working very closely with the ever awesome Ethan Noble and looking at the in-game polish as well as the outside game polish. We've been planning some of that stuff out, and yeah, it's good.
Awesome.
It's been fun.
Yeah. Didn't you
Really
say you had
enjoy
like a guaranteed sound or a dedicated sound guy that just joined you? Or was
we've got someone who we've got 2 people, down to 2 people who we're deciding from on Monday.
Oh,
so
okay.
we'll have that
nice.
to start like 2 days after that. And then that's it. They're going through, and both people have got 15 or 20 years worth of experience, respectively. So we're not playing with. I mean, we love our school guys and we love our uni grads, but these guys are pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna have more sounds than just. So.
It sounded like dead meat whacked up against the wall. I promise I didn't split that.
Yeah, so on today's agenda, guys, we're going to be talking about the general state of the game, of course. Obviously, Ascension, hype. Followed by that, we're going to go through individually each card that's been previewed on the live server for Ascension. So we're going to be going through all of those, speculating what else is going to be coming and stuff like this. And then Elphie has kindly given us some spoilers. He's also given us one he wants to say now, which is going to be in a link below the channel. So if you want to go ahead and talk about that, Elphie.
Sure. So first up, let me just give that link to you guys.
Because bear in mind, guys, just to let you guys know when you're watching this back, this is going to be our first reactions to this as well. So if I squeal, I apologize in advance.
I've seen it because I'm special.
Oh no! Oh, is it?
I just see your screens light up.
No! Oh my god, that looks like a million. Oh my god! Wow.
Oh, their faces. That's glorious.
Whoa.
Something just happened. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, that is...
Get me out.
Wow, that is called polish.
That's
like
polish,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, all right. So for the rest of everyone, have we got some...
Let me stop drooling here. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's nice.
So if we've got it on screen for everyone to look at, Nova? Yep, I'm assuming it is.
No, it'll be on the link below. It'll be in the link below.
It'll be on the link below, so everyone will be clicked on it by now.
Everyone will see it.
Yeah.
And we can see, the new in-game UI. So lots of chats between all the designers and lots of thoughts around how we're going to play it out. And we've got some really interesting things. So I'll just talk through some of the things. So first up, there's obviously a big link between one's resources that they currently have and then the resource cost of cards. It's always a massive point of confusion for people. Something I've been waiting for a long time is the level of the player, and I'm also going to have the rating of the player next to their names. It's going to be very helpful for a really top secret feature I can't talk about right now, but it pays to at least know who you're going against so you can justify why you got your ass handed to you. But the big one is... we can't see the end turn button. We haven't put it in there. I've got to do, this is an older picture, a slightly older picture. But the end turn button will be nice and dominant on the right-hand side in the middle of the screen. And that's particularly, for any players coming across from other games where they're used to where the end turn button is. They can find it quite easily. The undo button's now got a set of actions above it, so you can actually see what's been previously done. You can see it, and it makes more of a connection between the fact that there's this planning phase and this execution phase, because people still don't get it. We say it like 3 times in the tutorial and they still don't get it. So we're doing a lot of in-game stuff to really show that that's the case. What is now, I believe, called the supply depot, because I hated the fact that people got confused all the time between trading posts and trading cards. So in the bottom right hand corner we've got that now. Obviously sigils are in the game there, you can see. And health and morale are a bit easier to see, and off the, well, they're not off in this little mock-up, but they're off the table in the actual game itself. So easy to find. And there's nice trimming around the sides just to really, pull it together and sort of enclose this experience, bring a bit more of the player into the immersion into the experience itself. Health and numbers, you can see they're right aligned now. People will be able to. This is all like, whether this can all happen pre-gold, we'll see, but we're aiming for that certainly, as much of it as possible. You can see that you'll be able to activate abilities on the battlefield, so no need to zoom in anymore on the cards for those pro players that just want to quickly get on with the action. And, effects and stuff on cards will hopefully have indicators on that. I'm wanting to limit this to a particular zone now, so there's not too much noise on the screen. So when you hover over a zone, it shows you the health and constant effects on the on the characters in that zone. And they're right aligned, which means you'll be able to see health and tough and power when the cards start stacking up. Cool. Another thing we're talking about doing is having like stack zones. That's a bit of work to do that, but having like multiples of the same character be grouped up and you can ungroup them.
Nice.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah. I have a quick question since we're talking about this, and it's something that has been a kind of a pet peeve of mine that they took out when they brought in the new battlefields, was the taking out of the pop-out box that showed you what happened previously. will they ever be putting that back in the game so that you could like know what card your opponent played the previous turns, even if it's just a few turns before? Because in the old one it was there, but now in the new one it's not there, and it's kind of difficult. You don't know why your creature died. You look at the graveyard and you're like, well, I don't see what killed my creature, but if you could go back and see, oh, he played a hunt, now I understand why my creature died. So
yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of talk around that as well. Like I'm wanting to bring in different layers of information. So I mean, I've been screwed so many times because I'm just like flat out blind, didn't notice the Tome of Dead, right? And
where the hell go?
Something else while I'm playing as well, and suddenly there's all my shit gone. I'm like, wait, what? And I'm relying on it like it used to, showing the player every action that occurs. So I want that to be the default, especially for new players, and then have an option where you can turn it off if you're pro and you don't.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But I'm certainly not pro by any stretch of the imagination. The only thing that gives me power in this game now are boss battle decks. We speaking of which, just a couple of announcements. I've because I'm the one who designs them, just because I go, shit, that'd be an awesome idea for a deck that I can do with access to all cards and being able to put any ones in the deck regardless of purity. And so I've designed my Flappy Beast deck, which is kind of cool, which are all these flying Flappy Beasts.
Flappy Beast.
Basically, every beast in the game that's useful. And that's including cross factions. So you got that Hydra and you got the monkey. And then the ability from Genesis to give him Angel Fire and jetpacks. So we've got like that 13 cost beast with jetpacks flying around the screen. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right, awesome.
And the other bust deck I made last night was I called it Titan Strike or something like that. And it's just basically all the biggest characters in the game and a way to ramp up really quickly to get them out. So yeah, there's that. So if you're ever in chat and you see me in there, you can just send me a personal message, and if I've got time, I can give you a boss game. And if you win, then you get a gold coil.
I experienced one of these boss battles. I haven't received my gold coil though.
I've got mine, Nova, so it's fine, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah. He got them for you.
Did you win, Nova? That's the question.
I did. Don't you remember?
I watched the stream.
You only get one gold coil. I'm pretty sure you've had your one gold coil, haven't you?
No, I don't think I have.
Then you'll get it after this cast. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Let's start looking at the game sometime, for sure, then.
Absolutely. I'll look you up.
Yeah,
pretty easy.
I actually had a challenge against you the other yesterday. Was it a couple of days ago, Elphie? Where
time and space. I mean, man, I don't know.
Yeah, yesterday and tomorrow don't work between over here and
yes, it does not.
Times are just. You're in the future, we're in the past. No one knows.
You got me up yesterday morning at 6:30 in the morning, my friend.
That was not.
And forced my girlfriend to drive an extra hour just so she could sleep next to me and I could do the cast.
Oh no!
Oh god!
The guilt is real right now.
Yes, it is.
I'm sorry. It's just time zones. Time zones. What can you do?
Yep.
So there you go. Any other questions about the UI spoiler? I mean, I don't know if you can do the other bit of in-game UI spoil, which the guys have got on screen that you've seen before. The icon.mp4 I sent you.
Which was that one?
That's the
little video of the flashing card.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I can put that. I can't put it on screen right now because it's a video. But
Elphie,
so what exactly is that?
This is a casting animation. So any card that gets casted, where it'll be in the planning phase, it'll show, okay. And optimally what I want to do again for communication to players is have those little particles go and reform above the card it's targeting, and it'll float with a different floating animation to flying above the card in the planning phase. So you can see, okay, I haven't just, what the fuck happened? I've actually done something and it's planned out and it's sitting there.
Gotcha.
Okay, right. I see. All right,
really
cool.
Nice. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so
and
I will... I'll put that link below as well, guys, for you to see.
I have two questions on that. One, I'm assuming that's going to work with dual purity cards as well. They'll just have two logos, I'm assuming, one next one.
Yeah, well, they're going to be
something.
That's a good point. So they're colored per faction, so that you'll have different color effects. That's obviously the Flame Dawn one we have down below is gold and orange.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a different per faction, and the plan is we'll see how noisy it is, but I'd like to have like the purity of the card show up and be the stamp. So right now we've got the single faction symbol, but there's no reason why we can't have all three. That's not too noisy. I mean, you guys can't really tell until you start playing it, but the hope is that it's not too noisy, too flashy.
And my second question was, in regards to this UI, is there any kind of, when is this coming out with Ascension, or is this later down the line, or is there anything in terms of people can get their hands on it kind of thing?
The plan is for gold release. Now, we're our internal target, so this is not officially announced. Like this
that's
cast
fine.
is
I was just wondering.
I'm just saying this for the players and anyone watching. The beauty about this cast, it's not official. I'm not wearing a Lightmare t-shirt. Anything I say can and will be changed. But we're pushing internally towards a release on my birthday of the game, which is, no one knows my birthday here, so
that doesn't help, does it?
I like that.
Though. Popping on my Facebook. July 30 is what we're aiming for gold release.
Oh wow! Right. Oh cool.
That's quite soon.
Yeah, that is quite soon.
A bit before the we went live and we had our beta release. Yeah, a year and a half ago. It was meant to be a 3-month project. Hello, in the background. And yeah, it's taken a while to get where we are today. We definitely, I planned for this to be a 3-month project initially, and it's thanks to you guys it's blown out like this, and we've been able to do so much more with the game before we go full live. We've had the funds to do that, thanks to everyone's support. So thanks again for everyone's support. But now we're finally able to draw a line in the sand and say, look, let's get this bad boy out. And that's going to be, and they said, end of June. So I'm like, fine, you've got to my birthday. And I can tell you now that if I haven't got my birthday present, the next day heads will be rolling. So
it's good to be the boss.
Yeah,
brilliant. Right, so let's talk about Ascension. Of course, the pre-orders are here.
Yes.
The pre-order awards are here. We've got milestones. We've got everything. It's awesome.
It's incredible.
You guys love it? Because obviously we're investing a fair bit in making sure that we look after our pre-order purchasing players. And yeah, so there's rewards for the levels, the tiers as well, depending on if you get 50 packs or 25 packs. Yeah.
I have one question to ask you. This is from my viewers, not so much from me, because I think I already know the answer and I already respect the answer. But I know some people have been talking about wondering why there isn't a small discount for bulk purchases like there used to be. Was that a design philosophy choice on you guys' part to say, like, hey, we're putting in a lot of milestones this time to kind of incentivize it, so we're taking away to give in that sense? Or?
Yeah. And look, I'm on all your side. I've been the one who's going, we must do discounts and stuff, and the final decision was to not. And that was more of a collaborative decision than the big boss. And I would have loved it as a player, but the choice has been to instead prove value by giving these things that at the moment they're going to go away in the vault after this. Like, you can't get these exclusive things, full stop. Yeah, and that should hopefully create more value for players than just saving some money on the day. It feels good to save money on the day, but the overall experience of the player will be raised by them having this exclusive item.
I completely agree. I think it's incredible.
And we are looking at it for the future. I still am insisting on it, but we'll have to see. We might just create new items, like create some new stuff, some boxes of boosters rather than just these multi-packet boosters.
I was just wondering, it's really well done. I think the whole thing is implemented incredibly well. I think the Star Trek release showed that, and I think you're continuing the good work with this one. And there's some really cool arts as well, like the alternative arts and all the milestones are awesome, incredible.
All the alternative arts that they previewed on the forums. If you can't, you can go to the forums and see most of them. What the milestones actually are going to be, and they're all incredible.
Which, by the way, is a great thing to show that you guys were listening to the community as well, because I know people were a bit touch and go in regards to not being able to clearly see the Star Trek milestones. And I know that since then, you guys doing it for this one is perfect, showing people on the forums clearly and showing here it is, like, guys. So that's awesome as well.
Yeah.
which is always good to show that the developers are always listening. So that's great.
So buy more. We want more milestones. We want more exclusive stuff.
More exclusives.
More exclusives, please.
More exclusives to give you. Yeah.
But I've already got my 50 pack. I'm probably gonna get some more because I did set some money aside like a while ago, ready for Ascension. Kind of after Infestation, pretty much. So yeah. That
yes,
mug is amazing.
That mug is absolutely boss.
Yeah, that mug is amazing. I love it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So
the other thing as well is the other reason why I'm really excited to get a lot this time as well is because now this is a completely subjective thing on my part, but the new Angel faction, whatever their name is, the
it's finally been decided. By the way.
Oh, it has.
Oh, finally.
Oh, that's
last
good.
Round, and Ian and I were like, what? Because I'm pretty sure I leaked it and I was annoyed at the fact that we were changing it to the 11th hour. But it is now the Overseers.
Ah.
Cool.
That's it.
Ooh.
That's cool.
So they actually have a name now. They're not just called the Angel faction.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, wow.
The Overseers.
Yes.
There you go, guys.
Overseers. I like it.
First.
Okay.
You've heard it here first. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I have a question to ask. One of the things that some people have discussed with me, just in general, was the fact that with the rewards that are going to be gotten from people that are paying, they're going to be soulbound. Is there any possibility that that's going to change? Because we're putting money towards buying these things, and we can't trade like like we can have one of the Angelify. We're not getting a 4 set. We're only getting one. And not being able to trade that, it just seems kind of to me as a player. And I was just wondering if there's any possibility of being able to trade. I don't see it affecting the market in any way or hurting the game in any way. But if I want 4 Angelifies, I have no way of getting 4 Ultimate Angelifies because there's only one being given.
It's going to be a tricky one. We have to announce that as of Monday. It's a great idea, and I'm going to take it on and talk to the guys. I think we should do it based on the level of people's thing. You know, if someone has gone in at like a 5-pack or whatever, they get one of that particular alternate art. If they've done a 50-pack, they should get 4.
I like that. I like that a lot.
That'd be awesome.
To me, that would
way of doing it.
I
Because
think
the only
that would be
problem with
awesome.
that way, DeathStar, of doing it your way, is what would stop me making 4 alternate accounts, buying one single pack, and then getting my Angelifies that way.
No, I wasn't just saying for just one person. I'm just talking about just in general.
In general,
you know, if I bought 50 packs and I only got one Angelify, you know, I would like, you know, and I can't even trade it. So, you know, I would love to show off my 4 platinum and stuff.
Exactly, but that the way that Elphie solved it, I think, is a great way. Plus, Angelify the new art looks stunning, so I would be seconding that motion of getting more of them.
Cool. Awesome. See, I'm looking out for you guys as well as myself.
Thanks. So if that ends up being in the game, you can thank DeathStar. You can write to him and thank him personally.
Come to my stream and thank me.
Keep those ideas flowing. I mean, like, this is our chance, that definitely the chance that we get, and I'm hoping to be able to find time to be able to come and join you guys more often, actually. And then we can have these kind of discussions, and people can come to you with their incredible ideas. I love ideas. I've got 4 pages of ideas, and the problem is that my company doesn't move fast enough to make them happen. And it's just the bane of being someone who sits up at night and comes up with crazy ass ideas, like, you know.
No, I understand that.
Trading process. But yeah, keep them coming. I do love it. Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
And I know that the community itself appreciates seeing you as one of the people that are the founders who actually comes on streams and plays people in the community randomly, and if they win or lose, they get a card from the guy that actually made the game. To me, it shows that you guys actually have invested interest in this to see this succeed, and not just the guys that sit back in the office, kicked up, eating bonbons, drinking coffee, and watching everyone else do all the work. So I just think it's awesome.
Oh, definitely.
I
completely agree.
And look, it's taken up until now for me to, you know, finally start getting annoyed with with people bugging me every time I get into the game for a game. And it's like, as long as I'm going to find a way to gate myself properly, because I'm getting these massive conversations, and some of them are great, getting gold out of some, and some it's like, okay, look, I love you,
That's not
but
give me gold cards.
I broke up with you.
You're like the leprechaun. You're the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, dude. So everyone's gonna be happy.
That's true.
Oh, yes. But no, Ascension is going to be awesome. I can't wait for it. Like those couple of weeks after Ascension comes out, or after a new set comes out, it's just awesome because everyone's experimenting. You see all sorts of crazy stuff before it actually kind of starts to settle down a bit. And that's honestly my favorite time in Infinity Wars. Yeah. Full stop. It really was after Rise. It was after Infestation. It's going to be epic. It's going to be epic, and I can't wait. So another thing that's come recently is the new battlefields, and I think we should talk a bit about these as well.
Yeah.
They've added a new battlefield for each faction, which is awesome, and they're all awesome, and they're all interactable and stuff, and it's so cool.
They're meant to be. Fixing up the flame duel one. I think that should be interactable. I think you should be able to turn off the flame on and off, and the fact that the flame wasn't off on the right, on the left one, is a bit of fun.
I see. All right, cool.
Yeah, I'll put that fixed.
What's your favourite battlefields then, guys? They've cut the new ones.
Well, I've already bought mine, so I'm going to have to start by saying the Madness one, because I've bought it already. Because even though I'm a Sleepers player, and I know that's an Exile traditional battleground, I felt like it was quite undeady. It had little graves with skulls on there, and it had a squidgy, horrible eye that you can press, and that was awesome as well. Thought that was incredible. Whereas the undead one felt a bit more Genesis-y with just like a darker theme to it. I felt that was more undead for me, so that one is definitely my favorite. Anything where you can squidge an eye gets a thumbs up from me.
Oh, definitely.
But saying that though, the Cathedral one actually shocked me. I don't know why. I'm not into that kind of style normally. Incredible though, really, really good.
Yeah, that would have been the one I would have gotten if I hadn't got the DoD one, which is pretty damn obvious that I would have chosen that one. Yeah. Because, I mean, come on, it's me here. But yeah, no, it's really good. It's really good. Come on then, DeathStar, what's yours? You even got one?
The Cathedral. I really, really like the Cathedral a lot. I like the Cathedral and the Corrupted. I don't remember exactly what the name of it is. The Corrupted Manufacturing or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, the one with
Corrupted
the tail.
Lab. Yeah, that's the one I'm on about, the undead one, yeah.
Yes, I like that one too. So those are my two favorite. But I really am more partial to the Cathedral. It looks really spicy.
Spicy. Wow, I like the description.
Spicy, yes, exactly.
What about you, Elphie? Have you got a favourite of those?
It would have to be the Hydra. I'm surprised no one else said that. I'm just looking forward to, and I've written this down to happen, to add like sound effects to each of the premium battlefields as well, of some kind. But you can't go past these Hydras like screaming at the opponent. Kind of cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And I want to also add the ability for players to click on their opponent's stuff and see it animate. So
that's cool.
That's kind of
cool.
Yep.
Elphie, I don't know how much you know about the behind the scenes like statistics and stuff, but you don't happen to know, since they've come out on sale, which ones have proven the most popular out of interest? Just didn't know whether you had any numbers on that to say like.
No, I don't.
I'm gonna guess the Hydra one.
I've seen a lot of the Hydra. That's what I was going to say. I was just curious to see it, but I think that one's probably the most seen one that I've seen so far.
I've seen none of the DoD one. I've seen no one else with it.
No, I've seen no one with that one. Or I haven't seen any of the Warpath one either, actually.
No, I haven't seen much of that either, to be honest.
No, those are probably the two that I've seen least, but could just be random chance.
It's for Raw, it's got to be the Hydra. It's definitely the Hydra. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it is, definitely. It's cool.
So what do you think of the new Angel soundtrack, guys?
New Angel soundtrack?
Sorry, the new Overseers soundtrack.
Overseers? I don't think I've heard the new Overseers soundtrack.
No, I don't think I have either. What is that?
Really?
More spoiler.
It's the background of the spoiler video, the trailer, the premium Battlefield video.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
I think I watched that in silence. That's probably why I haven't heard it.
And I was going to say, I think I watched it in silence as well. That's why I wouldn't have heard of it as well.
Wow.
Oh,
I don't even have to. Oh.
It's only like a 2 minute. It's only like a 2 minute thing. We can sort of play it in the background or whatever you guys want to do with that. But it's something I'm most proud of, I would say, out of everything in Ascension, actually, so far.
Oh, wow, cool.
I worked with, again, our incredible music designer, DJ, what's his name? God, why have I gone? Josiah is his real name. I have to get you his actual DJ name. But, yeah, it's It's quite cool. So the idea, I said, to basically create drum and bass angels.
Drum and bass angels. Oh, I love drum and bass.
That sounds insane.
That is.
Well, then, yeah, you guys have got to hear this. You got to hear this now. It's got to be fixed.
Let me see if I can quickly bring this up.
Thank you.
Because unfortunately I can't do the Skype thing, so I'll just have to find it myself. Just bear with me a minute.
Just type in Premium Battlefield Infinity, it'll come up.
Yeah. Fill the silence, guys. Come on.
I'm sorry. I'm listening to the fat kicking on this tune. It's awesome.
Yes, I haven't brought it up yet. So
It's got like this really melodic start, then about 53 seconds it just kicks into this wompy bass.
Swampy, is that a word?
No, but GraveCrawler dictionary.
We really need to discuss, like, I've got a couple of strategies we're looking at going forward to try and really keep connected with every player, but it's a hard thing to do. It's hard to disseminate this information to people. I look at the number of views we get from even the video thing inside the main screen, and we're not getting that many people clicking through and watching stuff on the home screen, so I've really got to work on that. We're going to look at doing a YouTube campaign and giving people like a really, really fucking good alternate art if they go and subscribe to our channel. Pardon me.
Good idea.
Wow,
That's probably the best thing I've come up with so far, but if there's any other means of being able to get this kind of stuff out to you guys, where...
Well, see, the thing was, you know, now that you mentioned that, the one thing about it is usually not, it hasn't been current recently. The video links that are on the side, for a while they had the Affinity cast up, but it was an old one, and then there was something else that was up there. So it really hasn't been, like, relevant, I should say, for the time. So maybe if you guys, if there's a way to keep it relevant to where people would say, hey, there's, you know, when they log in even, make sure you know, check the new video or something like that. It's some way to make people say, hey, I'll go check that out, or I'll go take a look. Because, you know, I don't know how many unique people or people that we have that come play Infinity Wars, but, you know, to be able to send them to resources, I think, through the interface is a great way to generate interest in the game, especially if you have like videos like this one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And so you guys, just this is very small sample size, but you obviously see the banners that come up, and you might click on them and stuff. Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I have done.
So you notice banners a lot more than you would that little video preview window. So
yeah,
what
it was very small and kind of out the way, and then. Like,
it really is. It really is. It's just kind of like over to the right hand side. There's nothing else you have to be over there for. So if it was up in the center, or if it was where eye level where all the other stuff is happening, I think it probably would be better. You know, I don't know how hard or easy that is to code to change that, but I think it would help if it wasn't off to the side where it's like, okay, there's nothing there, so I don't really need to look at that. So
yeah.
We just got the music in the background playing while you guys are chatting. So
okay.
And Elphie, if you don't mind me saying this anyway, guys, when you're watching this video, if you have any suggestions for Elphie regarding any of the things that we're talking about in today's podcast, do write them in the comments section.
Oh, see, there you go.
I know Elphie's always looking at our videos anyway.
The YouTube channel, yes.
Yeah, exactly. But like, it's a good way for Elphie to connect with people on his own time, kind of thing. So I think it's good.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great idea.
This song is awesome, actually.
Yeah, it's really good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't believe I feel bad now for muting it.
Yeah, same way. When I first told it was the new Angel theme tune, then I would have listened to it. So.
Exactly,
Yeah,
that's the thing. Yeah.
Oh, it's good. It's really good.
Yeah, it's damn good, isn't it? It's incredible.
So that should be mixed into a 7-minute mix by the time Ascension comes out. And I'm also going to amp up all the other sound tracks to make them longer. So that'll be good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Because honestly, I have the sound turned off in Infinity Wars pretty much now.
I do, yeah, just because.
So
Yeah.
that's definitely. I've had it for a long time. Like the music does get very repetitive, and I'd rather play my own music. And even just some of the normal card sounds, they're not that good.
Yes.
Any hardcore player will want to do that anyway.
Yeah.
At least with the music, if not the sound effects as well. But we'll see what happens with the sound effects if they're good enough to.
Oh no! If you had cooler sound effects like Death Ray and Fireball, I'll leave them on.
Oh,
I want to hear like a with the Death Ray. I want to hear that. That's
Or an
just cool.
explosion when the fireball hits, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Or we hear Hadouken as soon as you want to does his ability. Oh,
Or Kamehameha.
No. Yuanchi, that needs to happen as well.
We might have some issues with copyrights there, but we'll.
We'll see if we can get that IP, hey?
So saying that, talking about sound and stuff, like, would you ever, I know this is probably like way down the line, or if it ever happened, but would you potentially like extra sound packs, you know, like kind of Dota 2 does, like announcers and things like this, the way they kind of bring in these cool IPs like the Portal announcer or a certain faction announcer or something like that, because that would be kind of cool.
Announcers?
Like voiceovers. Yeah, I used to do those for a living, so I know about those. Yeah, you know, get the guy that does wow, it's like State Farm commercial. Well, see, you guys are I'm in North America, so you may not even know these people. Nope. So never mind. but voiceovers are really cool. Yeah, voiceovers are big and they're not cheap.
Yeah, what I'm thinking is it could almost be like a tournament voiceover, but I mean, like that's an interesting one. Whether that'll get annoying or what? Yeah, it'll be cool. I'll look at it.
Because like in Dota, you just have them do like witty remarks every now and again and stuff, and it's just quite funny.
Yeah, I know I purchased a few myself on Dota, so I can vouch.
Yeah, I had too many. I had way too many.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that kind of stuff would be cool. But
yeah.
All right. Do you want to start on the cards, or do we have any more questions for Elphie before we move on?
No, I don't have anything right now.
I'm here for the whole thing anyway, so we can ask them as we go through. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, naturally.
All right. So yeah, guys, now in this section, we're going to go through every card that's been previewed thus far. I think we've got them all. I hope we have. If we miss one, then someone shout out. But I think we should be fine. So, going to start off with Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter. So, this card, Bounty Hunter deals double damage to humans, and it's a 6/8, 3-cost, 4 morale. Factionless.
Yeah, first and foremost, the card is gorgeous. It's actually the background to my phone, so I love the art of this card that much. It's there. As a card, I'm not so sure. This one I've had a few debates about with people. Depends on how relevant obviously the humans are going to be come the next set, with what the meta decks are going to be. Depends on the fate of this card. I suspect it's going to see limited play though in regards to like meta decks and stuff.
Yeah, I get what you mean, because if it's against humans, and that's kind of like when you think humans, you either think DoD or Flame Dawn.
Yeah.
Against DoD, this could be quite potent actually, because obviously DoD have low attack and high health, so this could do some quite decent damage for a low cost. But against Flame Dawn, they've all got low health anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
I think it'll be great as a sideboard card. Once we do that, for ranked play, it could be really good. But yeah, other than that, I don't really see it being too useful. Maybe if the player knows what kind of deck they're going up against, and they can prep their deck, and they can swap them in and out.
Yeah. On that, you know, we're talking about like times to evolve a conversation where I want to say something to you, Elphie. Right? I rant on my stream all the time. Every day it's, I'd love to counter with a sideboard at this point, but I can't, so GG, just rage quit. It's like, oh, please. Infinity wasn't, I mean, terrorists have already had a conversation about like the potential of sideboards. I know a load of other people have spoken about sideboards in 3 games because it'd just be phenomenal. It brings not only brings a more competitive edge to the game, it not only like creates a wider meta, in my opinion, but it also brings new life to otherwise quite crap cards that aren't that good. But within sideboards, like this is a perfect sideboard card kind of thing for your weakness deck. Because otherwise, there's times where it's like I'm playing a certain deck, and the certain decks are just outright counter me, and there's not much that you can do other than put really niche cards in your main deck. So that is one that I would be begging for, to be honest. That would be amazing.
Well, if I can answer this, Elphie comes from a Magic the Gathering background. He understands the need for sideboards in the game, and I'm pretty much, I can pretty much guarantee that they're working on probably getting that implemented in the new card deck builder when they get that in, because sideboards are almost a necessity in ranked play. If you're going to have a legitimate ranked tournament, you have to be able to play sideboard cards. So because I just remember that from another interview that you did, that you come from a Magic the Gathering background, and so it's one of these things that right now it's not in the game, but I'm pretty confident that these guys know that's gotta happen.
Awesome.
Yeah, I technically come from an everything background. I've got a big experience in a lot of different games, but not a very, very, very in-depth experience in Magic, but Ian has got that, so he understands that as well. Yeah, we do want to do it. I'm just going to make sure it's actually in. I'm just actually updating. Right now, you guys are affecting what we do. I'm actually going to go into the scrum sheet and make a note of sideboards for the deck builder, because we did not necessarily think of that. But if we put it into the deck builder, then at least we can, be planning for it that much that it's at least, alpha before it goes live to the ranked system. So that's cool.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And then ranked will actually have a value, because if you play one, let's just say triple reward, just for the sake of argument, that deck just pretty much can beat most every other deck, and there are cards that could make that matchup better, but you're never going to run them in your main deck because they're bad against everybody else. And, it's good that you have the trade post to shuffle them away, but that's 3 resources that you could be doing something else with to get rid of a bad card. So
yeah, I think it really will shift it up and allow the meta to actually shift on the fly a lot better as well.
Yes.
It would, very much so.
And, even it doesn't even necessarily need to be 15-card sideboard, because we don't have 4 cards in the deck. So even 12-card sideboards or something like that would work, as opposed to, maybe going 15 cards, because that just doesn't seem realistic.
Too many.
With a smaller deck pool, and smaller decks. Magic had 60. This game has 40, so you don't need as many sideboard cards. That just gives you too many silver bullets. So therefore, you just have to think more strategically to figure out what to put inside.
Yeah, it'll end up being somewhere between 8 and 12, probably leaning on 10 at the moment. But yeah, it'll be something like this.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Cool.
It's going to
cool.
be so good.
So yeah, moving on from Bounty Hunter onto Support Drone. I love this little guy. He's so cute.
Support Drone is a great card.
He's so cute.
Very good card for like turn 1 commander play. Bring him straight out.
Oh yeah.
Even if he does get zapped straight away, at least you get the effect.
If I'm not mistaken, is that one live?
No.
Yeah,
There was a preview.
It was previewed on live. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's previewed on
live.
Really?
Okay, cool.
Don't worry.
I haven't seen that one then.
Yeah, it was previewed a while ago. It was quite a while ago. It was one of the first.
Sorry, no, the shield one. Yeah, no, sorry, yeah, no, ignore me. Yeah, I work on a very visual memory, so if someone says a card name to me, I don't necessarily come, but if I see the art, and straight away I'm like, yeah, done.
Yeah, cool, yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
So derpy.
Yeah, I know. I love the art for it. I think it's phenomenal.
It's cute. It's just cute.
Yeah, it's cute. Exactly.
It reminds me of Wally.
Wally, that's true.
It looks like it could be
that guy from Portal 2, the floating little orb, Wesley or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Wesley. It reminds me of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I get you from that as well. Oh, I love it.
Wow, it's so good. But what about its playability? That's the next question.
It's amazing. It's an later basically thing, but you get a little creature out of it, and yeah, it's good.
Which is what
in my opinion, it allows you to play Secluded Constructor main in your command zone. You play that, buff your Secluded Constructor. Your Secluded Constructor is now safe from killing, like firebolts and things like that. And then if you need to, you can sacrifice it to buff something else up. I think it's an amazing card for GI.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think it's very, very good.
And then if you have the Tinkerer in there, Tinker only targets artificials. This guy targets anybody, so that's a win-win. I think this card's amazing.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you think about it, if you had this like in support, if you had this 2 of these in command zone with a Tinkerer, use the Tinkerer turn 1 on one of them, make one of them into a 5/5, play both of them out, use the support drone's ability on that 5/5, it's going to make an 11/11 plus a 2/2 turn.
Nice. Well, see, there you go.
That's strong.
That's pretty potent. That's pretty potent.
Yeah, that's potent. Yeah, very potent.
So yes, it's a good card.
Yes, yeah, very much so.
Very much. All right. Next one is Summoner of the Deep.
I've seen this already being brewed. This is I personally have skepticism as to how good it is. My rating is like 1 minute I'm like, nah, junk. Next minute, actually, it's really good. I see a lot of people trying to brew around this deck on the live service right now. I'm playing a lot of people that are running this with things like one of many Exhumed to try and dump the zombie unlimited into the graveyard to buff that up quicker, stuff like that. There's loads of cool interactions that can be done around the card. As to its meta-ness, that remains to be seen, though. I'm not sure. I think it could be, though. And I love the art for this card, by the way. Phenomenal. Really, really cool.
I don't know if it's a 4/4, so it's kind of fragile.
Very fragile.
And you have to pay 2 and sacrifice a character, so it slows your development. So you really kind of would actually have to build a deck around this card to be, I see it as something in draft, amazing card in draft. I think in draft it's one of these cards that I would like to draft that, but I don't know if in constructed I'm really not sold on it as being a good card for constructed.
I haven't quite played this deck much yet because I think the card was bugged when it originally came out. But speaking of making a deck, I actually have made a deck around Summoner. So Summoner has arrived.
Oh, nice.
A B deck that I've created. And I see it working very well with something like Overwhelming Dead. So I've got Overwhelming Dead in there. It is an infinite deck, so I've got Ra in there as well. So...
so it's not a standard deck.
No, but I mean the only difference there is like Ra. So I mean I can take that out and make it standard. So I can see even 3 costs, 3 of them. So I've got a Rita in there, which would work really well with her as well. Obviously we've got a Summoner Deep in the command zone and 3 in the deck because the cool thing is obviously they're not unique. So if you have 2 or 3 of these come out, you can be churning out a lot of 4/4 demons every turn.
Yeah, exactly. More flying.
The other problem I have with the card though is that it's a 3-drop for a start, and you kind of need to have it there early to make it as potent as possible.
Yeah,
but
agreed.
that means command zone, and that also it sets off the Gravecrawler 4 defense death zone that happens when you've got command zones. It's just like there's so many things in the format right now that can just blow up 4 defense that it makes it that little bit wary. If it was 5, honestly, that makes a huge difference to the card. Morale loss as well, so it's not huge, but it's not insignificant either. So that's my other big drawback to it. You don't have to play it in the command zone, but I think it's applicable to, and it gets blown up.
Yeah, as you say, you have to build a deck around it to be able to work efficiently, I think, with it. So
I change it to a 4/5, so my deck becomes useful.
Again, it's good to be boss.
We
don't like that. We're going to make it a 4/5.
No idea how pissed off I got at the who was it? I think it was you, Nova. I was playing against some DoD chump, and they kept making they kept using that chick who creates this like 4/4 flying spirit tokens.
Yeah, it's probably Nova.
Yeah, it's probably me. Yeah, probably me.
On like an infinite loop, because as soon as they died, the ghost of the ancestors went to the graveyard. So it was like, I'm probably the change to come in. I don't know if it's on test yet, but Ghost of the Ancestors, because it's a ghost, gets removed from game. I believe is the fix. So yeah, enjoy that.
That didn't need to happen. That didn't need to happen.
Wow. So when they get nerfed and the price of that card plummets, Nova Blue is his name. If you guys want to message him on social media, have a go at it. He does accept caps lock insults as well, by the way. Just so you know.
I did nothing. I just beat the boss at his own game.
I know. I'm really worried, by the way, guys, to us 3 podcasters that are talking to Elphie now, that our discussions with him now might influence and change a card in the game that might become broken, overpowered to someone, and we're just going to get a message being like, you caused this.
Yeah, we're going to get hate mail after this, aren't we?
Yes, I
the good thing is, if you're getting pissed off at somebody else doing something OP to you, all you need to do is build that deck versus me and then get me with it.
There you go. And then he'll say, no, got to go back to a 4/4.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, verdict on Summoning of the Deep. Me personally, I don't think it's that good. Elphie says that it's really good. Anybody other opinions?
I kind of agree that the draft applicability is there. The I call it standard format applicability. It could be there. There's builds that could be interesting. Whether it's going to define and break the meta, I don't think so.
So we'll see. It's something to watch.
Yes.
Okay.
Next, Aberion's Apprentice. This was previewed pretty much today, I think. Of this card.
Yeah.
The art is he is a boss. Look at him.
Yeah, the 3D effect is really cool too. Like he's actually walking through the scene.
Yeah. really well.
He's awesome. So yeah, 2 cost, 3 morale, 6/2 each time Barbarian's apprentice attacks. He gains +2 attack. So get him out there. He's probably a good, even though he's a 2 health and puts in Graves' warning zone.
Yeah.
He'd be a very good 2 drop from command. Because,
I think he's phenomenal.
Because the fact that he doesn't have charge.
Yeah, that's the only thing that would hold him back from main deck is the fact he doesn't have charge.
Yeah, exactly. So command zone, definitely.
Yeah.
But would he replace the soldier, the 7/7 guy at 2?
Yes. I would say so.
That's got drop.
Because it's that extra attack for the rush of Flame Dawn, I think is very relevant.
I think it is because like 7 damage and 6 damage, like between 10 and 11 damage, there's a huge difference.
Yeah.
But between 6 and 7, there's not that much. Like regarding on what it can kill, there's not that much.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about the toughness of the 7/7 versus the 6/2. Even though Flame Dawn doesn't live to block, but having a 7/7 body for 2 just seems to be. I don't know if it'll replace it, in my opinion.
No.
It's a good drop. I don't think it'll replace the 7/7 guy. If he had haste. Or
to be frank, I think this is kind of shit. I think people will probably try and
shit.
You're
All right.
Yeah, done.
But I don't like you compare it to that 7/7. It's just like there's almost no question. Like, why wouldn't? Like, yes, he's going to get tougher and tougher as he attacks, but people will chump block this very quickly. Before
It's more of a gamble, definitely.
Yeah.
Because if he works, he could do some serious damage over time if you get enough out. But if he doesn't work, then he's just dead.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. He's going to become 8/2 essentially straight away because he's attacking. But yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not overwhelmed with him. I just
No, neither am I. But to play devil's advocate on the card, its morale loss, which is relevant to Flame Dawn, is lower than say the Night of the Flame Dawn. I think it is. I think it's lower. And a lot of other cards around this drop. Yeah, it's 5 versus 3, so that's better. And also, to be honest, the chances of a lot of Flame Dawn low drops surviving for a long period of time isn't likely anyway, so having a higher attack might be more relevant to at least trade with something.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if he survives for 2 turns, he's done worth.
Exactly.
He's worth, like...
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. So, yeah.
We'll see
but
how
again, but again, that
and it will be an obvious play on the command zone, bringing it out, but he's a good chance. Got a good chance of getting that first hit in,
exactly.
And that makes him a 10/2, which is pretty cool. Next turn,
yeah, indeed. So, all right. So that's that one. He's got a boss haircut as well and a beard. So it's just win.
It's very fashionable, isn't it? It's very hip, that haircut.
It is a bit, isn't it?
He's a bit a hipster, to be honest.
Yeah, he's a bit hipster.
Yeah. Maybe you can have an alternate art near summer to have just those hipster lensless glasses on him as well. just saying. Elphie's writing that down right now. It's like,
that would actually be. I'm just imagining that on it now. I kind of want to draw it on. Not just. That'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
All right. The shifty Flame Dawn Commando.
No, it's weird.
It's weird.
It's doing weird actions in the background, and I don't like it. It's very rude as a card.
It is a bit suggestive, isn't it?
It watches you while you sleep and is doing something horrible and crass. So yeah, for me, that freaks me out about the card. Straight away. As a card though.
It's a phenomenal card. It's an amazing card.
I think it's nice. I think it's cool.
I
like
absolutely love Torchbearers.
Yeah.
This would probably replace the Torchbearers in the deck, just because it could deal damage.
Yeah.
My question is it was it fixed on live to not do 4 or 3? I'm sorry, I don't remember if it did 4 or 3 on live.
I think it was, yeah. Okay,
all right, because before when it was on live, I think it did 3 damage, which was a lot better than the 2. But
yeah.
So it's okay. I'm not, again, it's one of those things where is that 2 damage really going to make a difference to a character? I'm not saying it doesn't have its place.
So sometimes it does. Like I think people underestimate the damage of kind of just a small little amount of damage. Like if you have a 12, if you have like a 10/10, and your opponent has a 10-12, you throw this out, you defend with that, then you're sorted. Because otherwise you would have to take 2 turns to kill him and lose your guy.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
there are, like, I do it with this is the same with kind of using Fireball, Lightning Blast. You don't necessarily have to just kill something with it. You can use it to lower something else to be able to kill it easier.
Yeah, well, and I guess also it's definitely never going to be a turn 1 play. Seems like it would be a bad play for this. This would be something you'd hold in your hand. And
probably.
So.
Yeah, definitely. But, it's very shifty. It's very shifty.
Very shifty.
It's shifty. Come on, guys. It is shifty.
Very sneaky.
Yes,
Mr.
sneaky.
Dean's reference. Very sneaky.
Them shifty eyes.
There's eyebrows as well. It's like
Yeah, the eyebrows.
Yeah. I do
Very
like the depth
bristly.
in that card. Very bristly.
It's good. I do like that. I like the art in this one. Like kind of like the focus as well is really nice.
Yeah, the focus is a great shift. I love that. Not many cards do that, and I like it for that.
All right, let's move on to this one. A lot of people loved with the Gowran disease zombie.
My spoiler, the one that Elphie managed, it's the only one I've ever had in this game as a exclusive on my stream, and Elphie gave it to me when he played me. The disease zombie. I apologize for biting in, but you know it's a zombie, so I gotta talk about it first. It's an awesome card, even with this nerf to the non-Gowran thing, which by the way was dumb. Oh my god, the amount of people that used to come on stream and be like, "Hey Grave, do you fancy a game?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, man," innocently, and I just see the command zone straight away, and it's like, "You're doing the Gowran thing to troll me, aren't you?" And it's like, "Yes, Grave, now you will play this game," and it's like, oh my god, it's horrible. But as a card now, really, really potent, really good. It basically, for me, it's just it gives zombies a 1-drop that's relevant, and it gives a timer to anything on the field that the opponents have, especially when zombies, I think, find it difficult to interact with certain things in the command zone, for example. I think this is brilliant for just turn 1, go. Whatever's there is on a timer. Pass it to go with them. It's great.
Agreed. Yeah.
I
I love it.
Yep,
You can't get much more zombie. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, this card is the reason why I'm saying before release we need to be able to ban cards on the fly.
Yeah.
It's just so broken. It's so broken pairing it up with Gowran that we have to be able to go, okay, that card can't be used. There should be some kind of quick check that can be done. Or even combos. What I'd like to do is ability to ban combos in deck building. So that would, not make the card useless. But if something really broken comes out, we can stop that combo happening.
Yeah.
I think all the change was changing it so you couldn't target your own creatures, correct?
Yeah,
so
makes sense. Anyway.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because why would you want to disease your own stuff? We're already
apart from Gowran.
Yeah, apart from Gowran. Well, you're playing sleepers. You're already diseased, so why would you want to disease yourself again?
Disease Hydra would be the only other viable thing, I think.
The best way to describe this card is compare it directly to the card we've just done in Flame Dawn Commando.
Yes.
They're the same cost, they have the same morale, but the zombie has 2 more toughness, and to be honest, it's only 1 turn extra, and it does exactly the same as what the Commando does, but can go on further turns afterwards.
Exactly, yeah.
It's incredible. I can't see how you can squeeze much more value out of a 1-mana card, honestly. Not just because it's a sleeper fan. I love the card.
I'd see it run in nearly every sleeper's deck. It's just too good.
Yeah, there's no reason not to run it at all.
Pretty much
Exactly.
there's no reason not to run it, of course.
No. Unless anything gets spoiled, that's even more amazing for sleepers. But yeah,
Well, the thing is, the sleepers needed a good 1-drop.
they did.
They did.
Yeah.
Obviously, they have the zombie that piles up after they die. What was it called? Or Grave. The 1 cost 2/2.
He doesn't know what his own zombies are called.
Whoa, what?
Zombie scavenger.
Scavenger, there you go.
Oh, right.
Grave.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. No. I was looking at something. Come on, don't.
Oh,
don't.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
you
it.
failed.
I am the zombie lord.
You failed. You failed.
So,
All right.
yeah. Apart from that, which isn't a very good 1-drop, you kind of want to play that later on when stuff's going to die.
Yes.
This is just good, so yeah.
Yeah.
Very much needed.
Yeah, one of my cards are the spoilers that we're about to say, in my opinion. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Then the end.
Yeah, okay. Alright, moving on. Exiles. Mindbender. This is one of the first to be previewed. So
Very
I think
first,
if you're
yeah.
watching this, if you joined Infinity Wars like in the past maybe month or so, you won't have seen this.
Unless you got smashed over it.
Yeah, unless you got touched by it. But yeah, 4 cost, 7 morale, plunder 1. Plunder means if it attacks the opponent's fortress, it draws a card. If Mindbender hits the fortress, they must discard. Sorry, if Mindbender hits the opponent's fortress, they must discard a card at the start of the next turn. So it's a very good 4-drop commander, preferably.
Yes, absolutely.
You want to play that as quick as you can and get it hitting that fortress and degrading your opponent's cards.
Yep.
They can choose, obviously, which card they discard, but they still have to discard one, so you do have instant card advantage over them. So
Yeah.
Wait a minute, they can still choose a card.
it says, they must discard a opponent card. It doesn't say random card.
They must discard a random card on the card.
Oh, it does say random, yeah, below. He's right.
Okay.
Wow.
It does.
Bug report? I don't know.
Okay.
I'm looking at test servers version of the card. And so
Yeah,
that's
same
not what it says.
right,
That's not what it says.
Yeah, it
so
says
it might be changed online. It might be changed online. So I don't
live.
know.
Yeah.
Okay, so it may be something.
It says random card on live. So.
Well, that's actually more powerful.
Yeah.
Random is more powerful. So
It is.
so
Awesome.
Yeah. I love the art for this as well. That guy's
Yes.
brain sucked or something.
Yeah, why?
Well, pretty much, isn't he? Like,
It's good. Isn't it a 2-card advantage because of the plunder as well?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so you generate 2-card advantage. It's only a 4-drop, so it's very conceivable to play, like you said, a command zone card. The morale is on the higher end, and Exil's another one where you got to watch out for that morale loss. But as a card, I like it because it harbors me back to for Magic fans out there, this like Liliana of the Veil decks back in the day where you could just basically make people discard their entire hands at will. I'm hoping that we see more cards of that coming out of the Exiles, so you'll just end up having, because right now the Exiles for me don't work as well as I'd like, so maybe that might become more of a mechanic where it's more of like a discard, like getting them to discard more random things as opposed to just them choosing and stuff like that. Would be awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
and not just Exiles discarding cards that hurt themselves, because basically it becomes a zero-sum game. Eventually you run out of cards to discard, and your opponent still is playing stuff. So you're like, how can I change the game? And I mean, Mind Splitter, that's one card, but this gives them another way to at least put pressure on their opponent, other than the artifacts, which aren't played at all because they're not really good. Gives you a way to put pressure on your opponent to play stuff maybe sooner than they want to play because you're making them discard things. So.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, I'm just making a new deck. I'm going to test it out. That's too. Because if that works the way I think it does, then you can essentially lock down an opponent, right? They're gonna they draw a card at the start of the next turn, then they have to get rid of that card that they drew.
Yes. Yeah,
they literally can't do anything except for their commanders.
Yeah, but the point is that it's plunder, and it has no evasion, so all they have to do is throw a 1/1 in front of it every turn, and you're not going to get through with it. That's the only thing that is the fact that, yes, you get plunder, which is strong. This card is strong, but without some sort of flying or unstoppable, it's going to be. This is a must block.
It is. Yeah.
I'm seeing this build with I'm just doing it now. I'm seeing it built with like a Flame Dawn thing with lots of early pressure at the start. I've got 2 of these Mindbenders as commanders currently, and if you can keep that kind of pressure up on somebody.
It will definitely work really well with, because it's only 1 purity, so you definitely work really well with Flame Dawn. Like kind of rushing it down, because then you can create the space for Mindbender to start hitting.
That's true.
On
Yes.
the opponent.
Absolutely.
So that could work as well.
What would you have thought about his defense being higher and its attack being lower out of interest? Do you think that makes it too powerful, because essentially it survives a lot longer and can do a lot more to potentially get the plunder in, or do you think it's about right?
No. I think it's fine stats wise, because it trades evenly with a 1 of many.
Yes.
But that's the problem. It trades.
The thing is, a 1 of many is an unlimited character, and it's only a 3 cost. This is a 4 cost and has extra abilities and stuff. So being only 8 is fine. 8 is very killable in most situations.
Yeah.
If it was a 9/8, then it'd be a different story. Because
but doesn't that doesn't that fall into the point that makes it less relevant then as a card? Because literally, if you're playing against a Warpath deck, without the evasion, you're not going to be able to do very much.
Well, that's the risk. It's a risk-reward card.
Yeah,
So
I think that's the point in it. I think it is a
Yeah.
risk reward thing as well.
If you manage to get it out, it's gonna benefit you greatly. If you don't manage to, it's still 9 damage, which is still a decent amount at the end of the day.
It's a fair chunk. It's a good card, though. I like it. And yeah, like you said, Nova, the art, and especially the horrible, creepy man getting his mind bended is disgusting, which is awesome.
All right, look, moving on to this one. I absolutely love this one. Waste Chucker.
Really?
Right, Elphie, we need to ask, whose idea was this card?
I have no idea. It wasn't mine. It's definitely not one of mine. Where my mind goes.
I'm going to fling poo at you.
Yeah, pretty much.
It would be better if it looked more like a monkey, because then that would make sense.
It kind of looks a little bit like a monkey, though. The demon waits a bit too long.
Yeah.
I wonder what the flavor text is going to be on it, because it doesn't have any right now.
I don't even want to think.
Oh, but anyway, one costume. When you play Waste Chucker...
Yeah.
No. Just no. A whole lot of no.
Yeah, write that down.
But this does fit with the theme with the new 1-drops coming out from each faction as well. Which is kind of nice.
And and I kind of like it for exiles. It gives you another way for to discard other than using Ritual Master, and it's a 1-drop. So if you have Ritual Master in command, you don't have to use it. You just play this. You have a 4/4 body, and you discard, let's say, a demon. Then by turn 2, you'd have this guy, your demon that you exiled, and then you still could use Ritual Master to discard again. I think it's a good card. I think it's a good 1-drop for exiles if you're going to play exiles.
Oh yeah, definitely. You wouldn't splash this with anything else. There'd be no point.
No, there's just no point at all.
No point. You would not play this with any other faction. Full stop. It's just not. Yeah.
My Simon Cowell alarm's going to go off.
What?
Disagree with you. Wait, I think it's awful. I think it's garbage. Pardon the pun of it being a waste chucker. I think it's a garbage card. It's random discard. If it was non-random discard, I think it's a completely different card. But it's a random discard, and I hate it for that.
Well, what about Ritual Master? Ritual Master's random discard does the exact same thing.
Yeah, but it gained a benefit at least from Ritual Master.
Yeah, +1.
This isn't even a strong body. It's literally a 4/4 that has basically essentially almost a drawback, other than if you're playing for the big what's the mechanic of discarding it and playing again next turn?
Exile.
Yeah. Other than that mechanic, you'd have to build around that, and even then, it's okay. But I'd rather still the Ritual Master.
Yeah, but you're still. What I'm saying is that if you're playing exiles, you're playing this anyway. You're playing to discard. You're not playing exiles anyway, other than to exile cards. That's really the only reason why to play exiles. So this just gives you another way. Let's say they lightning blast your Ritual Master. Now you have no way to discard cards at all.
That's true.
So it just gives you. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm just saying it gives you a way to discard things other than depending on Ritual Master.
Every card can't be good.
Yeah,
every card.
There is a theory behind that, because if you made every card in a new set really, really good, it would just break the game. You have to have good and bad cards.
Exactly. I take what you say as a pinch of salt. We're analysing every card within the isolation to an extent. We can't just analyse every card within the meta that doesn't exist yet, So
no, there is no meta.
Exactly. But I just don't think there's a meta for this card.
Yeah. It is called Waste Chucker, so let's leave it at that.
Also, depth to this card again. I'm obsessed with depth and the fact that it's like breaking the 4th wall by hitting you. I like that in the cards sometimes. That's awesome.
Yeah, the fact that they're throwing poo at you. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that they're throwing poo at me, Nova.
Thanks. Okay, good. Yeah, okay. Just to clarify that you actually mean that. All right then. Moving on. Some factionless. Gather thoughts. I really like the art on this one. Is this based on anyone, Elphie? Because I know.
No, but it's very cool. I do like that. It's very different to what we're used to seeing. It kind of reminds me of something almost like spacey.
Minority Report-y kind of with the touch.
You know who it reminds me of? If anyone ever watched the newer version of Battlestar Galactica, it reminds me of Commander Adama sitting.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, it does actually.
This does not remind me of something to do with space. It is Adama. Yeah.
So Adama.
Yeah, that's true. That's cool. So shuffle top 3 cards of your graveyard into your deck. Draw a card for 1.
You guys, so these are all okay. So I'm just going to take what you say because I got top 5 cards.
I've got top 5. I was just about to say
top
I've got
5.
top
Okay,
5,
this is, we're just on the test, so it might be slightly different. So
yeah,
because some of them, the reason I want to test because some of them didn't have on live, so just so we can show them all to you guys.
Yeah. Either 3
So
or 5. Still
we're going to go with your one, which is 3, correct? Nova?
Sorry?
It is top 3 then on test, yeah?
On
That's
test,
what we're going to
get.
Yeah. Because they're pretty much locked down except for the Ancient Coils now, the Ascension decks.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's a really powerful card.
Yes, I don't have an issue with it whatsoever.
It's if you compare it to Recycle, like Recycle's a 1 cost. You shuffle you choose the specific card from your graveyard and then shuffle it in. You can almost do it with this. With 3 cards, you can plan which cards you want to shuffle and you use it.
Absolutely.
And it draws a card as well. It's incredible value. This could almost replace Recycle.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it could almost
I don't
replace
see the
Recycle.
same value. Yeah, I don't see the same value for an extra 2 cost.
It depends when you have it in your hand.
Because it's almost like a bit of a, it's half your turn most of the time to get an extra card into, your top 5 cards. But what kind of decks would you see it used in?
I think a lot of general stuff, honestly. Like Recycle's used in pretty much it can almost be put into most decks.
Yeah.
If you have specific things you want to reuse, like Mass Deaths or Scras or anything like that, Recycles are just good, solid cards. You can't.
The only problem I have with it is the fact that Recycles are very often and most potently used in Varroa decks, whereas Gather Thoughts feels that it's in a very, very competitive drop for Varroa right now. And I'm not sure. I think it's it's a really good card, but I'm not sure. The other thing is as well, like Recycle's using things like Siphoner decks and stuff like that. I think 3-drop might be an issue for it, just in terms of playability as a card and its value and everything. Great above that board. It's just where it fits in the right decks. I think it could be playable though.
Yeah, me personally, I think it would fit well in an exile deck in a way to get back cards that you.
Oh yeah.
Because let's say you got rid of your card that didn't have exile, and you really, I really wish I had that back in my deck. Anything that you don't play with exile, you shuffle back into your deck, 3 or 5 cards or whatever it ends up being, and then drawing a card on top of that. I mean, I think that it's going to be focused. I think it would go well in combo decks, which really aren't relevant in Infinity Wars at the moment. Being able to shuffle back pieces of a combo that may have gotten destroyed or thrown away by accident or on purpose, I guess. But I think it has its uses. I don't think it's as powerful as Recycle, but I think it does have its uses. If Mill was a strategy, it'd be a great card.
Wow, be incredible.
But it's not. So.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So that's anyone else to say on that one? No, I think that's pretty much it. All right. Moving on. Primal Rage. I absolutely adore the art in this card. It's awesome.
I don't know if "adore's" the right word, but yeah, it's a great art.
No, isn't it? It kind of looks like more. I don't know. It's like more not realistic, but you get what I mean. It's got more depth to it, and like I don't know. He actually looks like he's in pain and he's fluffy and he's bleeding and everything all in one. So yeah. Well,
No,
Primal Rage, 2 costs, target character gets +2/+2. The first time that character would die from damage this turn, survives on 1 health instead. This is an incredible card.
I've used this card so many times, I love it. Because I get the joy of putting 3 in my decks currently. So I've used this so many times. I think it's a bit bugged currently. Like things like using it on Firestarter, it stops him doing his 3 attacks. It actually stops the person from continuing to do their thing.
Okay.
Which kind of defeats the purpose of the art on the card, which is this charging bear who keeps charging. So other than that, it's really cool. Really, really cool. Like
Yeah.
So you can sort of bank on a character dying. You can almost bank on them dying, pop them in the front of the defensive line or something, and or even as an attacker, if it's already got low health in the first place, you can pop it on something that's already been damaged over time, and then pop it at the front of your attack group, and then it survives till next turn on 1 health.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you use this on a Scra, and it could just take down an entire line. It just take down 1 extra character.
Yes, it could.
Without even like flinching. So
yeah,
Or it would put damage to the fortress. It would go to 1, but then it would still get that last attack, which is basically what you want it to do. That it does what you would want a card like this to do. It's a suicide plunge. I'm going to put it all on the line, and if I make it, great. If I don't, I didn't expect to make it anyway.
Exactly.
And that +2/+2 actually works quite well. It actually causes the character to survive a little bit longer as well. Because it's usually, like, I usually play it on something that's been hurt a bit, but I've found that it can take even an extra beating if it's like an unstoppable character or something. Like, it can take out another small chump before dying. So, love it.
Yeah, if you just give it a sec, my game just crashed a second.
Oh, no problem. If I manage to wave my magic wand then and sideboards we're in right now, is this main deck or sideboard? Is my question. Because right now, there's a lot of susceptibility in terms of ramp for Warpath, and obviously you've got the brings life by passing and stuff in main deck. Where do you think, what would this replace in the current deck?
Well, it depends on the type. In my opinion, it depends on the type you're playing. If you're playing a ramp deck using Karani and things like that, probably not. But if you were using just like the big beefy creatures in Warpath as a beatdown type deck, then I think it fits perfectly in a beatdown deck.
Yeah.
Let's say you don't have Karanis, and you can't play the ramp game. This would fit well in that type of deck.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and I think that Karani's getting a nerf, so once
Another
those decks
one.
start. It's already happened, then fair enough. It's still,
she's been nerfed once. She may get nerfed again, but that I don't know. That I don't know.
Yeah. Is it nerfed currently on live?
Yes, she now doesn't.
About a month or so ago, yeah.
Yeah. She now just does. She gives you
the first character that's playing.
Yes, first character that's playing. That's all she.
Whereas before
was 2 resources. You got 2 resources for first 2 characters.
It was so dumb. So glad that got changed.
You want to know something? She's worse now, but no one really knows it.
Okay, I'm listening.
Because no one plays it. No one plays it the way she's worse now. She's much better now than she was before. Ask Nova. Nova knows.
Oh yeah.
She's much worse now, but no one plays it, so it doesn't really matter. So it's not affecting anything. But she's built right. She is a monster.
Yeah.
Yes, you can look into the screen, GraveCrawler, and wonder what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm wondering as well.
She's a monster.
So I better sit on my platinum one for a little bit longer then.
Yes, you should.
Yeah. All right, so
I've already got that. I've already had my little rant about that one because people are like, when I try and trade away with it now, they're all like, "Oh, it's a garbage card," and I'm like, "Why?" Because it got balance. It's like, yeah, and I'm like, "So it's balanced then?" It's like, yeah, it's garbage.
But that makes it good because it's
not okay.
Yeah, it's not okay.
That's like saying mass death is garbage and you shouldn't play it because it's balanced.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god, but mass death. We won't mention for all. Please don't mention for all. Well, get hate mail. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Here's a big question. I mean, what do you guys think needs to be done with Varroa full stop? I mean, they're obviously quite complained about. They are apparently like one of the strongest factions, if not the strongest faction currently by a little bit in ranked play. What would you guys see done with the faction as a whole?
We'll start with GraveCrawler with that because it looks like he has something he wants to say, and then I'll chime in.
Honestly, it's the problem that I have here is that I'm not a QA person. I could sit here and rant about things, but the question is giving constructive criticism and how to alleviate those pressures. I think first and foremost, I think people go a bit OTT in regards to it. I think they are very, very strong, but I don't think they're, oh my god, the worst faction, the best faction ever. Rather, they just have
a bit too much control.
Yeah, they have a bit too much control in the current meta. Stuff like Annihilate's very, very strong. Infinity Wars is predominantly a very creature-based game, and to give so much control to one faction and one faction alone. I think maybe also one way to balance it would be maybe to hike up the power level of other factions rather than completely nerfing Varroa to the ground might be one way of alleviating that pressure. There was also maybe nerfing their creatures a tad bit more to have that onset of being like, we are a control faction, because they also have some of the like incredible creatures like Demon of Fear is an incredible card. Yes, it's a high morale loss, but it's incredible in any faction that you put it in. Also, the other thing is triple purity for Varroa. They have 2 incredible cards right now in Annihilate and Dark Wish. Not many other factions have many relevant 3 purity cards right now.
Okay.
I fixed that.
That's cool. So. That's very good, because I like having pure decks.
2015. I think at the very least 2015, I think you're going to be starting to see the wishes come through for the other factions. So,
and piggybacking
starting with Zombie Wish.
Yes.
Piggybacking off of what GraveCrawler said, that I think that also is the real issue that people have in general with Varroa, is the fact that Varroa pretty much has answers to everything, whereas everything else doesn't have answers to Varroa. Pretty much. And the triple purity is the hugest thing, because Varroa triple purity is playable no matter what. In other factions, triple purity, it's like, wow, really? I really can't play this. So that's the power concern between the two factions. Me personally, I think Varroa is great, and I think it has a place because of its control, kind of like Magic with White and Wrath of God and things like that. I think it has a place, and as the metagame develops, because I really hate that word, because I don't think that there's enough cards for there to be a meta. I think that there's flavors of the week in decks. This week, people playing triple Varroa, but then people will go play Morale, which kills triple Varroa because of all their high-cost creatures. And so then people go play Morale, and then they say, okay, I can't beat Morale, so I'll play Flame Dawn Rush, because Morale basically has no creatures. And so, I mean, it's just a matter of who you're playing against in the hands of the player, whether a deck is good or not. I mean, I could play triple Varroa, I can't beat anybody with it, and then GraveCrawler could play it and beat everybody with it. It really depends on the player, because it is a control deck. You don't play it like everything you just throw out. You have to think and plan your turns out. I just think that Varroa is strong. I think it's probably it's the strongest faction in terms of playable cards, but I don't think it's the strongest faction overall, because it can be beat, and it can be beat consistently if you think in terms of, if I'm going to play triple Varroa, but then you nerf your deck against other things, because if you beat Varroa, you can't beat something else. So Varroa just is too scary in the fact that it's just very difficult to counterplay, and the other factions can't counterplay Varroa. Varroa can counterplay everyone. Flame Dawn can't counterplay Varroa. How? If I rush you down, once I get to a point, I can't beat you. I play Varroa Lone Keep. Okay. also on that note as well, the other thing about Varroa as well is that they have great. I'm just going to call it space manipulation in terms of command zone, support zone, assault zone, defense zone. Yes. Nothing is safe in any of them. Like, at any point, you can get mass death into a desolation. Oh, what's that? Annihilate has an answer to whatever. And obviously, in Infinity Wars, it's great that you can juke things and like put things in and lure them away the next turn. You can't avoid an Annihilate. Not very easily. Like, there's niche cards that could, but mostly you can't do it.
Yeah,
so, that's the other thing as well, I'd say. But the answers to that, I don't know how you'd go about balancing it, sadly. I just know what's wrong.
Yeah, bringing the other factions up with cards that are
that's what I've written.
They're triple purity, like
we'll just use 3 cross purity and other factions. So
yes, absolutely,
that's a good start.
Yeah, all right.
That's cool. Well, let's move on.
All right, Varroa rant over.
There you go, guys. I got it in for you all.
There you go. Right, moving on to Overclock. This 4-cost 2 purity. Target artificial character you control has its power and health doubled at the end of the turn. This character is killed.
It's interesting. It's 5 on mine.
Is it 5? Okay.
It's 5 on live, so...
yeah, this has got so many applications, pretty much. You could use it with constructors to create double. You can use it with Landstead. Those are probably the 2 main things you could use it with.
Double bad is just ridiculous. Like, that's...
30 bad bot buff into something. Wow.
And it's something that's flying. It's just, how do you deal with it?
Yeah, exactly. So this card could bring in... One thing that doesn't really exist in Infinity Wars is the fact is people making decks around just one-shotting your opponent, just making one move, you win. Just building up to that turn. This card can enable that.
Yeah, and the thing about it is also that they changed, which I'm very glad they did, is they made it double purity instead of single purity. It used to be, I think that it needed to be, because this card was just, it needed to reward players that went 2 GI. And I think that it actually makes 2 GI, because really, what purpose was there to play 2 GI? There really wasn't. But this actually gives, this actually gives you a reason to play 2 Purity Genesis, and it's a great card. I think it's an amazing card. It's definitely could be a game finisher.
Yeah, exactly.
If used correct.
This actually used to be just any character as well, not just artificials, and that was just like it was a 1 purity focus anything. So like use this on a Scra, just done.
Yes, you're done. Yes, you're done.
Yeah, so I'm glad that was changed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to move on a little bit faster with the other cards because we're
no problem.
We're conscious of time-wise. So next one is Void Split, 5 cost, 2 purity. Destroy target character in the combat zone. You create 2 demon characters with half the power and health of the target card in the same zone. Thoughts?
I say meh.
Don't get it.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
Don't get it.
But nothing.
Well, for splitter, I mean, if you put him in a splitter bot, hey. But other than that, I can't really. I just don't.
What am I actually getting out of this? You know, yes, I can attack with 2 smaller creatures. But it's like, it doesn't even like it. Probably needs to get buffed somehow. Like for 5.
Yeah.
Now see now this is where.
It does destroy target character. It could be used offensively.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. I get that. So, but here's the problem with it. If you can't use it as a reaction, I can't really see it being a good card. I mean, I know that there's no reactions in Infinity Wars. You can't counter things. But I just don't see it being like, oh my gosh, I have to include this in the deck. It's one of those cards that you can't have all good cards. So
And also you talk about, like, I thought straight away, Elphie, I had the same thought as you. It's like, use it offensively. It's like, but wait, that's in a raw deck. One of the most potent answer to anything decks. Like, even no, I'm not. That's not even like a rant about raw. I'm just saying you have things like Death Ray. Why would you need to respond with something that's 2 more mana that gives them a bit of something? So
and it's double purity, which even makes it. Yeah, I just don't ever see this being played in draft. You know, it may have applications, but I just don't.
Yeah, as I said, the only situation that I see
2 or something. You know, maybe like. Make it more. It has to be better. It has to show it's better than a Death Ray for starters. Like, because it's essentially worse than a Death Ray already, because the person keeps their characters. Yeah. You do get an extra couple of demons, so I mean, maybe for feeding demon decks somehow.
Yeah, turning something into a demon.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I said, the only situation I could see this in is with GI with a very large character attacking once and just killing something, but then you could split it in half and it could kill that thing and then still attack. Like, and that's the only situation, but that's very rare, and you're only going to be able to run 1 purity with that to run this. So
yes, that's true. Yep. So it's just a meh card.
Okay, we'll just leave it at that. Meh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Move on. All right. Swift Strikes. 3 cost. Target character attacks an additional time this turn. I think it's just,
love it.
Yep. Yeah,
Lovely
that's good.
Yeah.
It's a mini bloodbath.
Yep.
I love him on Agent Coyle.
Yeah, it's just good. For 3 cost, the art's awesome. Slicing up zombies. The great disappointment.
Yeah, I'm sad now.
But no, it's good.
When I first saw it, I didn't like the cost at 3, but then as I thought maybe it should be 2, but then I thought, man, Flame Dog has so much stuff at 2. You know, this is just like, will I ever even use this? But at 3, but it's still a good card.
It's an all-round card. Like it's a 1 cost. It can be splashed so easily to give anything a double attack. There's many applications. Yeah.
Like, this could be used with Overclock to do that finisher move.
Oh my god!
Like, imagine you buff into a flyer with Overclock, bad bot, constructor, boom, flying, Swift Strikes, dead. Like,
they're dead. Well, that's that 1-turn kill.
Exactly. Okay. Moving on to Inspire. This 1 purity DoD card. Target character takes half damage this turn. It's great. It's awesome.
Yeah, why is that?
It's just a mini Zushen, and it's perfect at one cost.
Wasn't this 3 at one point?
It was 3 at one point, and that was way too expensive.
Yeah, it was dumb.
Yeah,
I was just
3
about to start
cost,
slagging it
like,
off then.
Yeah, you might as well have. If it was 3, you might as well have just played a Zushen.
Yeah.
Over this any day of the week.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
There's just no point. But this is just great. Like the work you could do with this is awesome, and it's splashable as well. So it's just the essence of kind of COD in a card that you can splash.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Can you imagine, splashing this with Warpath and attacking with your Scraw? Takes half damage. That's like wipe out.
Ouch!
Don't give people those ideas.
Made that idea.
So with Unstoppable, this card is really good with a creature with Unstoppable. It literally just would wreck pretty much any line.
Yeah.
So,
It's fire and stuff.
but would it make immovable take even less damage?
Yeah, no, because the 3 damage will still come through.
Ah,
I've tried that. Zushen doesn't really
tried it
work
already?
with immovable.
Damn
Doesn't
it,
really
you've
work
already
with
tried it.
immovable.
but why doesn't it? It shouldn't it?
No, because he just takes 3 flat damage. So even if he takes...
Okay.
So yeah, if he was to take 8 damage, but it was half the 4, he'd still take only 3 because he's still getting hit for 4.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
so he's going to take 3 regardless. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
If it was 2, it would drop to 1, yeah?
Yeah, if it was
So
2, it would drop to 1, yeah. But the rest of the
You
time...
could literally make him like the person who holds off an entire swarm of enemies. Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what you wanted to do?
He is immovable
Yeah.
after all.
He is immovable. Yeah, exactly. All right.
Yeah.
Good card.
Cool.
Yeah, good card. Really good.
Drag down, 1 cost. Target character loses flying till the end of the turn. I'm sure Graves is very happy about this one. Some flyer hate for sleepers.
Me personally, not so much. I think it should use flying permanently. I think it should. If you're getting dragged down, it should be you're dragged down, and that's it.
Agree.
You're not getting back up.
I was initially incredibly excited by this card, but the more I thought about it, the more I thought,
It's a sideboard card.
It's sideboard, exactly. As we're only assuming about what's in the game right now, it's not that playable, and especially with the new set coming out and that 1-drop zombies there, it just doesn't. I get it, and it's nice, but I don't see it. And I agree with the flying permanent change.
It
then
doesn't do it for whatever it does. It just doesn't
The
do it.
cost at 1, everyone besides GraveCrawler.
yeah. I'm
No, I
biased.
still keep it at 1.
Yeah, I would
It's
still keep it.
splashable and it brings down flying. I think it's more flying hate is much needed over the whole game, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've specifically taken care of that in 2015, but yeah, it's definitely going to be needed. I think there's going to be so much flying going on.
I've just noticed the flavor text of this as well. Get on my level, bro. That's ace.
That is
That's great. That's
yeah,
glorious.
but again, it's just a niche card. I just don't see it being playable at all.
It needs to be permanent, and then it makes it
Yeah.
very playable.
Yeah, it needs to be permanent, and then even still, it would be sideboard. It says, okay, I'm facing a lot of flyers. Let me put it in.
Yeah.
Normally, there's a phrase in most card games where you either go over or under something, and I feel like zombies just go under everything anyway.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They've got brute strength, and with like what's it called? Bloodlust now. No, what's it called? Bloodthirst. With that, a lot of zombies just trade with stuff anyway, so I don't really need the flying because they can just go through stuff anyway.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't think it's as good, but I like the art. Although I wish the live service had the animated version. I don't know why that is, but
Yeah, it's booked out somewhere.
yeah, I reckon it'll be really cool though.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Infectious transfusion. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, am I reading Bloodthirst wrong? Like, it seems broken to me. Like, it seems like it's
really strong.
Oh, it's very strong.
I think it's really strong. I like it. Although I'm glad you made the change to make it stronger because when it didn't allocate the buff damage first, that was rubbish.
Yes.
Remember that? That was awful.
Yeah, it was awful. Yeah.
Irrelevant.
And now, so basically, it puffs up. You take the damage off the buff before you off the creature. I think it works really well, and it's not overpowered at all.
Does that keep happening in GraveCrawler? Like, could you just infinitely do that?
Yeah. There's no reason why you can't do it. Yeah.
As long as it doesn't take more damage.
As long as it doesn't take over the damage, yeah.
As long as it doesn't take more than like Bloodlust 4, Bloodthirsty Dead. As long
so
as
you're essentially blocking the first 4. If it's Bloodlust 4, you're blocking the first 4 damage every turn to that creature.
Yes.
That's OP. Like, no offense, man, but
I love Bloodthirsty Dead was irrelevant at one point, and as soon as that change came in, it became unbelievably playable. It became a superstar at the 2-drop for me.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. And fortunately, it's not on bigger creatures, so they're really small creatures with it. So it doesn't change. It doesn't break the game at all. I think the Bloodlust ability works really well with the card.
Okay.
With the blood it does.
That I want to change. All right. Next.
Right.
I saved you, Grave. So
Thank you.
It's not powerful at all. It sucks.
Yeah. Infectious Transfusion is the next one. The 2-cost target character gains +8/+0 and becomes poison, taking 2 damage per turn. So this is really cool. I like it.
I like it.
It's disgusting. The art is disgusting. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
I think we need some of those pus things need to burst. That'd be
exactly.
amazing.
You kind of just want to pop them and like, no, yeah. But no, it's pretty good. Obviously, it's again very splashable on stuff. Give it +8. If it survives another couple of turns, it's well worth it.
Yes.
So only 2 damage per turn isn't that much. If you're putting it on a big creature, it's not that much. So it's it's probably more of a finisher for sleepers if you're going pure sleepers.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
All right then.
Not much more to that. Yeah.
So
I will say it's not as good as the other factions' 2 purity big buff cards, but it's still good.
Yeah.
So
still fun.
Cool.
War Machine. This one's cool.
You have to read this out because it's changed, yeah?
Has it changed? Okay, so 2-cost. Exhaust any number of characters you control. For each character exhausted, War Machine becomes 13% complete. Once War Machine reaches 100%, it creates a 16/16 artificial character in the support zone. It's cool. It's cool. It's like a Dragon Project, but works differently, and it's a one-time thing. So it's cool. I like it.
Yeah, I like how it works on characters rather than resources, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep building up, and obviously it's hard to defend, but it's cool.
Yeah, definitely. The art's fantastic on it as well.
Didn't it used to be remove it from the game or destroy it at one point? But they changed that because, there really was no reason for that, for it to remove itself. So I like the fact that they took that off of it and just made it however many characters you want to exhaust. So.
Yeah, exactly.
And it used to be untouchable, right? So now you can destroy it.
I don't remember.
I don't remember that. I don't know if it was untouchable or not. But no, it's definitely a cool card, and it's got some very good uses, especially like token decks.
Yes.
Definitely. You can actually work very well with Shrine DeathStar.
Yes, I was thinking about that because now you have a 16/16, kind of hard to kill even.
Exactly.
Yes, me and Nova want Shrine to be able to make a combo deck with Shrine. It just hasn't been able to be worked because of all the support zone hate now.
Cool.
Right, and the final one, Altar of Binding.
Damn it.
What?
I was going to say I hate it.
You hate it?
I don't like War Machine.
Oh, okay.
I think it's okay, but I just don't know if the payoff's big enough for what it does. The only thing is, I grant you the token thing is good, but the 16/16, the payoff doesn't feel there for me.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, Simon.
Altar of Binding then. So 4-cost, target character is bound to a specific zone on the battlefield until Altar of Binding is destroyed. If target character leaves the battlefield, Altar of Binding is destroyed. It's cool. It does what Word of Command used to do, but Word of Command was OP when it used to do that. Because Word of Command used to bind it to a zone for 2, which was just stupid OP. But no, I like it. I like the fact that they kind of have to sit there. If you use Artifact Hate to destroy it, you can move it again. It's kind of cool. I like the way it works.
Yep, I think it's a good card. I don't know if it's infinitely playable, but it's still a good card. I don't have any issue with it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Any other comments on that?
Yeah, I like it. I think it's again, I hesitant to use it, but I think it's a sideboard card. But it's great for unique character hatred. Like someone plays down their first Saculus, tie it there in wherever zone you want it to be in. It means that you can't play another one out unless you make it so. So I think it's great for that purpose. That's the main reason why I think it's
That's
playable.
a good. Never thought of that. That's actually good. They play it out in their support zone, bind it there. Now they can't kill it to play another one.
Exactly.
Yeah, because that's how I used to play the old Word of Command. Like the most prominent things that I used to just like, you just wait. You see them bringing out a big character. You see them bring out a big character. You use it on that, bind it to the zone, and then they can't use it, and it's just loads of wasted resources.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So yeah, okay. So those are the previewed cards that we've gone through. We've now got some very special.
Yeah, here we go. This is the
Very
big
special
point.
stuff that
This is what everyone's been
Elphie's
waiting
given us.
for.
Yep. Some preview Ascension art that is absolutely glorious.
Yep.
So, this one is called Oblivion, and I will say it like that. Oblivion. I mean, look at it.
And yes, it is Varroa.
Just
If you didn't know.
Let's just wipe out this entire village and everything around it with this big demon thing.
Demon thing that comes up. Definitely one of Shiraz's best art. I do like it a lot.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. And you can tell it's probably going to be very powerful in the hands of Aurora.
Yeah.
Let's just blow everything up, shall we?
Yeah.
It's sexy.
The other thing we could do, and obviously, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just thinking design, we could just bring out less Varroa cards and balance out the other faction. They're all the Varroa start hating me now.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Good.
Well, they do get weakened through the story, so that actually makes sense. Like, I've got a reason for it. So,
Yeah. That's cool.
They've lost Rita, according to Ascension storyline. Like, she's gone and... Was it Rita? No, they've lost Alita.
Yeah, I've lost Alita.
And then they're starting to have some infighting between Candid and Rita, so...
Yes, Candid. Yes, Candid.
Please say there's going to be like a cat fight card.
Yeah.
Mud wrestling, yes.
Okay. Alright, with regard to the next spoiler we have, this is the token for the angels, am I correct, that generates through certain cards. And it looks awesome. He's doing a right pose, isn't he? The right poser.
Do I have to say it, or do you guys want to say it?
Go on then. Yeah, go.
Oh, it's Wang is there. It's bugging me. It's really there. You know what I mean? It's very prominent. I don't know.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, shut up.
I can't see it. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah. It's very
We're
Wang.
going to make you explain. Explain. Great.
It's great
Talking
depth.
about secondary measures, is that what we're looking at? Sorry, I'm going to bring it back.
No, the
Angel
token.
Angel token gift,
Angel token.
Token. Oh, yeah.
I love that everyone just giggles as well.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't.
Oh, see, the problem is I hate saying these observations because apparently I ruined Deanna Troi for some people in the Star Trek set by saying that she had a troll face, so I'm hesitant to do that again. But
These haven't come out yet, so you can ruin them. It's fine.
Yeah, it's true. That's a good point. But other than that, I think the whole set and this card is just a part of it is incredible. I love the gun with this. I love the techno halos and the whole like Tron-esque vibe that goes along with these angels. I'm glad that you didn't just go with like the classical interpretation of an angel. I think it was good to mix it up a little bit. But
like superhero spandex angels.
And the one thing I do like about it is that, me personally, I think that modesty is a huge thing, and I like the fact that you covered them. You still gave them appeal, but they're covered. That's just me. You know, I mean, you don't have to always show flesh to get a sex appeal. And I like the way that these cards are done. The angels that they've released that we've seen, they look good. They're nice looking, and they don't have to have, butt and boobs hanging out. Just my opinion. I mean, sex appeal doesn't always have to equate to that. That's just my opinion.
And it's also interesting the fact that considering they're wearing full-length spandex, basically the personality just comes from their head, essentially.
Yes,
they managed to do that very, very well, the artists. A lot of the cards I've seen so far are incredibly unique, considering how much of a small space they've got to make that character unique. So I'm impressed by that, and I'm glad to see they got my my body nailed perfectly on that art as well.
the 12 packs instead of the 6 packs. Yes.
I know, how many packs does that guy have?
I carry a
on this card though that I will say on this card that it kind of looks like he's only got one wing.
It does.
He has only got one wing.
Yeah,
part of the.
Oh, is it part of actually? Because I was just going to say, like, where the hell's his other wing?
Yeah, no, that's what the overseers. That's how the overseers work. They're this race of angels, or half angels, some people call them. But the whole idea is they ascend through getting that tech wing attached to them.
I see.
They end up having one. If they're of angel descent, they have that one wing, but they have to earn that extra wing.
Okay, that makes sense.
Well, it makes sense. Wow, I like that. Okay.
That makes sense. Okay,
Perfect.
I just wondering, as he forgot to draw in the other wing, I'm like, that's a bit of an oversight.
It made it past quality control. Yep, that looks good.
That's good. There's something missing though.
Yeah, that's why he's standing on the ground, and why a lot of these guys end up ascending by attacking fortresses and stuff. And
Gotcha.
yeah,
Makes sense.
getting their wings. And you'll notice in some, I think in the next one we might be looking at, or one of them ones we look at, you'll see that they don't even have wings at all. In this case, one of them.
Yeah. Which was
yeah.
The next one.
The next one.
I'm beginning with C.
Consecrating Angel. Yep.
Consecrating Angel. I'll show Consecrating Angel first then. There we go.
Yes. No wings.
Yes.
No wings.
No wings, just pointing a finger and blowing up the earth. So I think that's a nice exchange.
No wings.
Personally.
Trade that.
The finger.
Trade the wings for a finger to be able to blow up the earth.
Exactly. Works for me.
Yeah. What is she standing on as well?
It's like a
Looks
space
like a
platform or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're making me sound like an idiot there. Like, obviously it's a space platform in space. She's obviously flying around on that guard. Like, what?
Well, they're coming from the sky anyway, so...
She's still got wings. I don't know. It's a really cool art, though. I think she's done
awesome.
pretty well with it. Yeah.
Freaking ion cannon, just like... Zzz, yeah.
Yeah.
Death Ray can suck it.
Yeah. It's like a mega death ray.
Pretty much, yeah.
Death round.
So that's awesome, yeah.
All
Alright,
Really
next
good
one,
to
the
see
final one we have. This one. What was this one called? I've forgotten the name.
Precautionary measures.
Cautionary measures, there we go. And then we see this blur as well that we had in the focus we had in the other ones as well. But
That just looks.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with that guy.
no, you don't. Well, have you seen the size of his actual gun? It's like bigger than his torso.
Compensating.
Yeah. We love these oversized guns here.
Yeah.
He's used the same asset. Yeah, you wouldn't know this, but he's used the same asset we used for the preview art for. Had to create a 3D gun, which we're looking at maybe doing a prop, some merch down the line. Of an actual.
Mine and Grave's faces went exactly the same then. Like,
Disguised gun.
yes.
Like, Elphie, take my money, take my money.
You give me a sleeper's head. We'll have to like 3D print a sleeper's head.
Hold on.
And
Hold on, throw it at the screen. Take my card.
Oh god.
Incredible.
we're definitely looking at doing at least one as a one-off. Yeah, for one of the prizes. So
Oh, wow.
I think it goes to whoever buys the most Ascension packs or something.
Oh god, really? Damn it! Damn it!
Wait, what? How many did you buy last time, Nova? You probably.
217, so...
I think the one other person may have bought more than you, but you probably the most popular, in my opinion, that bought the most. So.
Yeah, I think so, but I don't have nearly not much about funds this time, so unfortunately, but yeah. But no, I like the art on this because it kind of tells a story that obviously he's kind of executing him for
a transgression. Yeah.
Yeah, to getting the virus, basically.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Yeah.
He probably got bitter hit or something.
I can tell you now from the storyline when we created what can I say? When we created the Overseers, let's just say they don't like the idea of anything mixing. So, yeah, they wish to keep purity among the realms. So,
okay.
All right then.
Awesome.
Well,
it's kind of very
guys.
It's almost hypocritical racist, given that they're they're sort of half angels themselves. But that's the thing.
Yeah, so those are those spoilers. So thank you, Elphie, for those.
Yeah,
yes, thank you.
Appreciate that a lot.
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
So there we go.
This went much longer than it thought we were.
Yeah,
we had a lot to talk
indeed.
about. That was good.
Yeah, no,
It was
it was good. It was good. So thank you very much to DeathStar and GraveCrawler, of course. And thank you to Elphie for joining us, and thank you for the spoilers, man, and talking with us. We do appreciate you coming in very early on your time.
It's got time for you to bedtime, huh?
Yeah,
And speaking of which, we're about to do our record, hopefully, if you're still awake enough.
Yes.
For our well, it's not going to be, unfortunately, anymore. It'll be one of our showcase matches. I think it might end up being the second one, because we've got to do the Ascension one first to get everyone to want to buy boosters. And so there'll be showcase matches happening on the Lightmare Studios channel in YouTube. So make sure you go to that, and we'll get a link down below for that. And looking to every couple of weeks at the very least have a showcase match for the next while, which will be designed specifically for you hardcore players to give to your friends and say, hey, even though you love this particular game about,
stuff.
Stuff and things. I'm just so careful now, given the court case that's happening between Hex and Wizards.
Yes,
I'm like, I ain't
careful.
saying shit anymore. That said, I am looking at doing these, these videos that specifically target that particular, game and talk about why our game is better.
That's awesome. That's the way to market.
I'm just going to get it all checked by a lawyer first before I say anything. But I'm pretty sure I can say, Coke and Pepsi. I hope I don't get in trouble for Coke and Pepsi for saying this now. But Coke and Pepsi go off at each other.
Oh yeah, they actually use each other's names in their own commercials.
They do. So it'll be, but it's designed for that. We're going to have these supers that come past and take somebody, on a journey into understanding what Infinity Wars is from the ground up. They can be watching little supers go past that talk about all the factions, talk about how the game works, whilst watching an epic 3-match playoff between, two players. In this case, 2 of our favorite community players for the Ascension one, and 2 of our devs for the Star Trek one. So shall be good. Look out for that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited. Very excited.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you to all of you for joining us. And so please go check out our live streams below. All the relevant links are below. We'll also put the links for some of those pictures and stuff that we were going to show earlier and things. I'll make sure all that's below and ready to go. So on that note, thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you in probably a couple of weeks' time.
Make sure you pre-order more Ascension.
Yeah,
yes, Ascension hype.
Ascension hype,
please. I want more free shit.
More free shit, right?
Yeah, come on. That should be the slogan from now on. Give us more free shit.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Genius.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you to Elphie.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you to DeathStar. Thank you to me, Nova Blue. Take it easy, guys. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Peace.